Welcome to Silicon Valley Asian Business Talk.
So my name is Melvin, and I run a startup that focuses on helping founders to operate their companies. So essentially, we serve as an operations manager to take care of all the compliance, their financial operations like accounting and bookkeeping, as well as the people operations like payroll, recruiting. The goal is to essentially simplify the process of running a company for the founder so that they can save time, keep their focus on the really strategic aspect, and leave all the operational work to our platform. So we built a business in Singapore, and we're now in the US. So the company in Singapore is called Starboard, but the product we're going to launch in the US, or we're in the process of launching with some early customers already, is called Stellar.
Discussion topic: value of hiring people who don't fit specific roles.
Just give you two very specific examples. There were two individuals that didn't. I wasn't sure I needed them to play the specific role that they played in their previous organizations, but one was a longtime friend, and one was a person I was introduced to by my VC. And both were great people, and they came on board, with very generic titles. One of them was chief of staff, and the other one was a chief commercial officer. And that was mainly because I just, didn't know what else to do, right? Didn't know what specific role they could play. But the moment they came on board, they just did whatever it took for the company, for the team to be successful. And then gradually, we've evolved, they would just start jumping into different areas and solving problems, and we continually evolve the role that they play, just as how I evolve my role as well. So the one thing I want to point out is I think it's especially useful, especially for young founding teams, is to find people who are generalists, but with that specialization, right? I think I haven't read too deeply about it, but I hear people talk about this T-shaped, team member or founder, right? Where somebody has, it's enough of a generalist to help to really contribute to a company at a very early stage, and at the same time has a specialized set of skills and experience and capabilities that they can jump into in the long term. I found that especially useful, right? Of course, I had members of the team who, were specialists when they came on board, and they just jumped in and they focused on engineering or design. But at the same time, they had this breadth of experience and this, they were team players, and they were willing to just roll up their sleeves and do a little bit of whatever wasn't in their core job scope. Maybe merging this with the earlier point, I think the key thing is as I built the company, I found it really useful to have a very clear definition of the next person that I need on my team. And at the same time, be on the lookout for people who may not fit the exact description and still bring that person on board anyway. And when you find somebody who is able to do this specific thing, and is also willing to roll up their sleeves and do a bunch of other things and play a generalist role in the company, it's worth considering.
Okay, that's very good, very good. I just want a specific point because I want to go a little bit deeper. Could you tell us the value of bringing people you don't need, but you think you will need later?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? If you don't need it, why do you want to bring these people in now?
Yeah. So it's not so much that there's not much value in bringing somebody in that we don't need, right? But I would say that, for founders who are running a company, most of the time you don't really know what's going to come up next.
Yeah.
You think you've got a roadmap, you think you've got a plan, but as we all know, nothing ever rarely, or not never, but things rarely go according to plan, right? And so it's more important to, I guess, have a team that can support you in navigating the chaos than to have a specialist to come in and solve one problem, right? At the early stage of a company. Later on, when the company grows bigger, you need to hire more specialists. But I think the most value is created when you find just great teammates who can come in and help you to navigate chaos. And I've personally found that the people who came in this way weren't found when I was looking for a specific role or somebody to solve a specific problem.
Thank you for watching.